Good morning from the Côte d'Azur in southern France. Today I am visiting Cannes. From what I can make out, you've got the hotels over the other side of the road, and then across here are the private beaches belonging to those hotels and other beach clubs. So for example, the Hotel Martinez is across the boulevard, and this looks to be the private beach for that hotel. Nice, very exclusive, very expensive, I would imagine. So this looks to be the end of the private section. Pretty much the whole of the central beach area is for private hotels and beach clubs. And then coming around here, this is the public beach area, leading around the bay, which is where I'm hoping to take a walk. Wow, you can see all the way along Cannes beach from here. It is a beautiful sandy beach on a beautiful day. Temperature's about 23 degrees. There's a little bit of wind down here, but from what I can see, there's a number of different areas to Cannes. It isn't just about, of course, the film festival. There's this beautiful beach, a marina behind the camera, and then there in the distance, hopefully be visiting that this afternoon, is an old town atop a hill. You can just make out the churches that are overlooking the beach area, and then behind the very expensive and luxurious hotels is the newer part of the town. There may be a lot of beaches, exclusive hotels and yachts, but there is one thing this place is known for internationally, and that's the Cannes Film Festival. Right there is about 200, 300 yachts, without exaggeration. Now, the idea of an international film festival was first floated in the 1930s, but because of a lack of funding and the beginning of the Second World War, it never happened. Speaking of the Second World War, the memorial behind me is a memorial for Charles de Gaulle, who was a French general during the Second World War, and he was the general who led the resistance for France against Nazi Germany during the invasion. Once the war was over, he chaired the provincial government of the French Republic from 1944 until 1946 in order to re-establish democracy in the country. It was also in 1946 that the very first Cannes International Film Festival was held. Fast forward to today, and the Cannes Film Festival is known to be one of the most internationally renowned festivals for film on the planet. The building that they use to hold the festival is 5 minutes down the road, so I'm going to take a walk there. It's called the Palais de Festival et de Congrès, and I'm going to take a walk around the building and see if I can see any of the famous sites. So I just looked up on my phone, and to stay here at the Carlton tonight, overlooking the Cannes waterfront, it's going to set you back about 450 euros. So to be honest, I'm not that familiar with the festival, but I'm imagining that that is where the red carpet flows down, those steps right there, and then this is perhaps the entrance where all the cars pull up and drop their invited guests off. Or perhaps these are the steps. Not entirely sure. There isn't any railings on these ones, so I suspect probably not. But I'll just climb to the top anyway. It says Theatre Clau de Bussy. So this is perhaps a theatre built into the building. Get a nice little view of Cannes Central up here anyway. There we go. Unfortunately, you can't get round to the seafront, or at least the part that is behind the festival centre, and that's because it's all private. There is much more to Cannes though than the film festival, so I'm going to take a walk along the coast and see what else I can find.
I can't let you go, baby. I just want to tell you that. No, 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 no. Yeah.
Okay, I've left the waterfront and the exclusive beaches behind. I'm now climbing up a hill, an area that I thought previously might have been the old town. It does look fairly old up here, but I think the area here is most famous for having a church right at the top. So that's where I'm heading. I think I've just about reached the summit of the hilltop, and I'm climbing what I assume is a defensive wall for the church. This may have been part of a castle complex as well in years gone by. It certainly looks like a church behind me. Looks like there are two main buildings up here. This building here is some kind of medieval tower, maybe part of a castle, and it is now a museum of musical instruments and art of the French Riviera, amongst a few other bits and pieces. It's also got a nice observation deck, but unfortunately you can't take any photographs or videos, so a little bit pointless me going in. The other building just a little bit further along is a church built in the 1600s in the style of Gothic. If there is an old town, I appear to have found it. It is just below the church. I nearly didn't take the turning because I thought, I don't want to go that way, I want to go the other way. But I took a bit of a gamble, and it's kind of led into these really nice little side streets, pretty steep. Not many people down here actually, so guessing a lot of people don't take the turning, they continue on back down to the centre of Cannes. This is definitely the quieter part of the town. As I previously said, I think a lot of the tourists are down near the beach and by the festival centre. I've just found another little garden just off the church at the top of the hill. I think I'm going to call it a day now for this video. I'm about to walk back through the old town, back to the train station and catch a train to my next destination today, a little town called Antibes. I'm going to put that in a separate video, but I'll leave you with a few shots of me heading back towards the beach and then through the main town on my way to the train station. Thanks for watching.